저희는 화투패로 하는 거라면 전문으로 이 패를 담당하고 있죠. 포커나 마작같이 다른 물건들을 사용하는 건 그쪽 전문가에게 의뢰하시고요. 뭐 못하는 건 아니지만 중요한 판일수록 전문 입회인이 들어가는 게 상식이니까요. 화투패로 딱지내기를 하더라도 말이에요.
Hello. Limber. It's interval, so I believe it's not gonna be voiced. Sad. Okay, I'm gonna eat. So read, please. Yep, no voice. Fuck. Please, Kim Jong-un. Please voice the interval. Please. Why? 대. See ya. Good night. Endu? Dude. Bamboo headed Kim? Money. Rendezvous. Ezra! Wife. Sweeper. This has often been the structure of our assignments. We are given instructions, we perform them, and only afterward do we begin to perceive the nature and the contour of the task to which we have committed our hands. Bamboo-headed Kim! I'm so smart. Man, look at the face. Wholesome. Whew. That he looks like from the persona or something. Damn. Goodness. Damn. Really? He's from Persona, man. Okay, so more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. The bamboo-headed Kim, I remember, was a man who drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness with a listless, heavy voice. That, however, had been while he was distorted and sunken into himself, so I figured his original personality might be somewhat different. But this is not just somewhat. His personality isn't even in the same ballpark as my expectations. You're telling me this guy here is the bamboo-hatted Kim? No. 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 Can we check again, just in case? I really can't wrap my head around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man whom we fought. Just look at what he's doing. He's rubbing my face all over like he's checking out some kind of a mantelpiece ornament. What the fuck? I've got no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. Endu, holy shit. Those are not my eyes, you know? Otis addressed Kim as though she were conducting a formal investigation, every word flat and hard. It was obvious she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. God. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume a more serious disposition. He stood peering into my face and turned towards Otis, although his hand was still on my head. Get! The real disconnect was between his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. What? Ah. Ow. Ouch. Uh-huh. What a way to convey the word. And dear, there are times when your commitment to duty shines brighter than the sun. I find that attitude so dazzling that I have to squint when I'm looking at you. That is a words. Who knows, maybe that's why I'm wearing this bamboo hat, to shade my eyes from your utter brilliance. Oh my god, I love Ezra, holy shit. Oh, poor bamboo headed Kim. No sooner Endu's word left her lips than her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on. But it was a strange intensity that sent a chill down my spine. Maybe might have been your fault, Endu. Kim's gaze lingered on Endu's prosthetic arms as he answered, "Oh, that." Only after following Kim's gaze did Sinclair seem to notice Endu's brand new prosthetic arms. The last time we saw her, Endu had lost both her arms, and I remember Ezra asking her to sit tight and choose what type of prosthetic she wanted. Those arms are probably it. It's you, Ishmael. With evident satisfaction, Endu held up her dark metallic wrist as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly falling back into place. Siegfried! Such a graceful, smooth and sweat-to-machine articulation. 'Tis as though I'm beholding the marvelous prosthetic of the illustrious Siegfried himself. Yup, the showcase would have gone lackluster without that trademark reaction. Schwarz Industries. For trial, okay. For a brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as if he had glimpsed something that brought him back to a memory. Then just as quickly, he fell silent, whatever he'd wanted to say next catching in his chest. Oh. It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor. Tremor? But beneath it, there was a firmness that had not been there before. He really had grown a great deal. Man, that smile. I love her. While everyone was distracted talking in Endo's new outfit and equipment, Kim had quietly slipped away from the crowd and crouched down in a corner. He was rummaging through the things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what is the place supposed to be? What are all these things? Oh, that could explain why there are so many photos stuck around the place. Sinclair picked up a small cylindrical object and turned it over in his hands, studying it with a curiosity. You're gonna die. Otis shouted a sharp warning at Sinclair as if she had realized something. Wait, was it a grenade? But Musol's hand shot out before she couldn't even finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. With a quiet nod, Musol took the object from Sinclair's hand. What? Film roll. Oh. Oh fuck, I'm so sleepy. Correct. Musol's answer came without any further explanation. But the way he adjusted the camera on the table certainly didn't look like that of a first-timer. I don't know what you mean. Isla, just being there is kind of fun to me. I don't know why. I'm sorry. A peculiar expression flashed across Isla's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention. Then, in the next breath, she returned to her usual bubbly self and steered the conversation away from the subject. Thick thighs. For all her unfailingly perky disposition, Isla, too, may be carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's. Shiny, perky Ezra having traumatic memory. Peak shit. Huh? Yeah, wait. You're right. Haven't we cleaned up the distortion already? I couldn't feel any more traces of the distortion nearby, and it didn't seem like any of the other Sinner teams elsewhere were actively engaged in a battle at the moment either. Inflection point. Isla swept her eyes around the room with a look of frustration as though she had just been handed a puzzle box with half the pieces missing. My one single brain cell is suffering. Ouch, Ezra, come on. Isla gazed down at the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression. Neat ash gray suits and a logo on the collar of their uniform and the briefcases. Hey, isn't that N-Corp's logo? Come to think of it, wasn't meursaur... That's way back, holy shit. Yeah, he did mention that he used to work at the N-Corp. Maybe he can offer us some insight. Do you know who these guys are, meursaur? Musil recited the information as though he were pulling it from a file he had already sorted and placed in the back of the shelf in his mind. Okay, pin frame team, huh? Anything you can tell us about them? That be enough. Talking encyclopedia. Team's encyclopedia. No, he's confirmed encyclopedia. Looks like everyone agrees that he is an encyclopedia. Good god, Ezra is gigantic. Yeah, I thought Musil is the biggest person here, but look at that. Ezra is tiny. Eh. Heh? Isla staring holes into me with an unspoken, "Is this dude always like this?" Wouldn't pull any answers from me, you know. Because aside from combat situations, I've still got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay then, Musol, maybe this will be easier to answer from an objective point of view. And that was when I noticed something I never imagined would happen. Musol's eyes widened, his gaze fixing me with such force that I could almost feel the faint tremor in it. A leveling stare that came with "Oh." A clipped tone and a look almost bordering on rebuke. I fell silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Musol's reaction had caught me off guard, but I also wondered whether this response might be connected to why he would always refuse to make judgments for himself. And if this has something to do with his turn, which I know is just around the corner. Got it, then tell me 3 subjective reasons you think are most likely for why these people had to come all the way into the back streets. What is wrong with my throat? I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can. Because I'll never know when I'll get another chance to really get to know him if I brush this off with a simple, "Oh, I see, my bad," as usual. Holy shit, small text. Isla pulled a sheet of a paper out from an Anacorp staff's coat, and read its contents aloud. Which means... Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in the T-Corp. No idea where she'd be keeping them, but she immediately pulled out the detective props that been given to Roger of Yoshu and Honlu back then. Verily, I had foreseen that the day would come. Unfortunately, Otis wasted no time putting an end to the Don Quixote's badly timed shenanigan. A sharp dressing down from her was enough to make our dejected chivalric adventurer stuff that costume away. Okay then, we should get moving too. I wanted to see Detective Don Quixote though. Money! Alright, first fight. Oh. 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 You're not poised, right? You're not poised. You're poised. Yeah, you're poised, but... Could be sinking. Do you have sinking? Are you sinking? Wait a minute. You are sinking. Yes. No, you're not. What the fuck? Yes, you are sinking. Okay, calm. Also, Ijume. Ijume. Ijume? I don't think Ijume has a sinking. Well, there's a family battler, but that's... But what I should do is this right here. Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell. Fucking. You're poised. Okay, you come. Don Quixote. You... I don't know about you. Maybe you... Shut up. Okay. Okay, this could work. But the meursaur. Meursaur. You fuck. I guess it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right? Oh shit! Oh, completely forgot that she's level 1. Should be fine, right? It should be fine. What do I do? Excavation? Nah. 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 Nah.
와끈.
화점에 두지.
벌써요? 매뉴얼을 좀 더 꼼꼼히 읽고 가. 네.
That was so cute. Holy shit, I'm gonna die.
출장이군요.
부름이라
언제나 준비되어 있다.
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은
Ego slot. We spent a long while riffling through the photo studio with the LCD team, but no one found any decisive evidence. There are sure a lot of photos around, but almost all of them are just pictures of buildings. Not much to tell from that. Then it's probably best to check the contents of the film roll directly. Those are exactly the kind of things you should never forget. Endo suddenly pulled out a sheet of paper and began furiously writing something down. You're gonna be written on a book! Kim's face began to contort like a wet dish towel being wrung dry. Really can't believe this is the same mentor Endo follows so devotedly. Where's all the dignity and forbearance Endo said he had? Apparently, I wasn't the only one who felt that way about him. Endu gave her prosthetic arm a casual sweep, smiling sincerely, as though she truly believed every word she said. Yuri said, then leaning closer to Don Quixote, she whispered, "What the fuck?" So that's what it was. I get it now. Slam! Ah! Just as I witnessed the budding of this peculiar bond of commiseration and camaraderie between our chivalric friends, the door leading outside was flung open with a loud slam. That's a new face. Think fast, Chuckanauts! A sudden flash blinded my vision white, as though I had stared straight into the burst of serene light so intense and bright that it made my head swim. With my vision blinded, the only thing I could make out was Esla's soft murmur, until even that came to a stop as her breathing hushed. What? It didn't take long for me to realize what was happening. Did we just get teleported to S-Corp? I think I know what this is. This is a presence. I haven't been able to detect it until just now, but somehow it was now surrounding us, saturating every corner of the space where we stood. The dreary stone walls, trees bent and coiled in grotesque forms, the sheen of the light and even the air we breathe, all of them point towards a single phenomenon. This is the depth of the fathoms. Fathoms made entirely out of distortion. What? The fuck? Schnocken. Where Ezra pointed, the people in smart, neat suits had vanished, and in their place, figures clad in blood-stained dopo robes were approaching us with dragging, uneasy steps. Come on, man, not again. He's a repeat offender, that's for certain. Wherever Kim's gone off to, this definitely isn't the time to be asking trivial questions. Right, let's do what Isla says and get ready for battle. Let's go. Jinoken.
자, 맞서보죠.
Go, lead and ugly.
이깟 파도 별것도 아니잖아요.
에스라! Hopeless. Okay. You guys die. Can someone cover? Okay, do that. Let's just not touch him for now.
된다면 사활을 건다.
Hmm.
아비 규환.
자, 맞서보죠. 우리들에게 이깟 파도.
Okay. What is that? Prioritize target that has trust. Okay. Hmm. Struggling. Ah. Wait, no.
아직 얼음일 뿐인가 보구려.
It's not paralyzed. Good God. Because of the speed difference? 이즈메.
육참. 골당. 효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
이엇, 단단히 포기하지 마시게.
Nice.
저것들 좀 보세요. 고약한 먹물이라도 뒤집어 쓴 것 같은 얼굴이네요.
잘 먹게 나가요.
발검, 차단. 귀와 요격, 함수, 정리노화. 오, 아름다운 것. 아무튼 놀라운 한 방이네요. 사냥이 성공적이었네요. 이 흐름대로 사냥을 끝내러 가보죠.
예측할 수 없게.
God damn.
귀와 요격. 그냥 몸을 앞돌고 수밖에. 놀라운 명령이네요.
그냥 다섯
적을 완벽히 파악하고 있으신 거군요.
육참. 골단.
결정. 해금.
Joy.
사냥이
실용에게 불확실한
성공적이었네요.
것은 없네.
이 흐름대로 사냥을 끝내러 가보죠.
시연합니다.
단수가 이어졌다면 흐드러지게.
이게 심장이. 잠깐.
그대는 친절하지 않았지.
소리와 호흡을 멈추고
사냥이
Oh, come on.
발검. 이 흐름대로 앞돌고 사냥을
There
끝내러
you go.
가보죠.
Surveying the area with a measured alert, Endo cast the blood from her sword with a few sharp flicks before sliding it back to its sheath. You gotta do it with one flip, not the few. Ezra and Endu moved about as though they were used to this kind of situation, without even taking a moment to catch their breath after the battle. They began searching this space. Pretty! Don Quixote was the first one to voice her doubt in the surreal, unfamiliar situation we found ourselves in. my throat, holy fuck. Huh. Ezra continued with a sheepish giggle. Sheepish giggle. With a call, Ezra directed our attention to rows of collapsed people all around, all of them clad in dopo robes. Dopo? Dopo? Dopo. With a heavy sigh, Otis pressed her fingers against her brows as if her head was starting to pound in frustration. Endo furrowed her brow and fell into thought as though she couldn't grasp the full picture of the problem. They bought chocolates. The white flash of light suddenly drowned my vision again as Ezra clutched her head and cried out with annoyance. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck is that face? Cute! Screenshot it. What the fuck? Isla just keep getting cuter and cuter. Man. Okay. Sorry. Another screenshot. As one part of me watched Ezra stamp her feet in frustration, I was also carefully following Heathcliff's team through the other part of my vision. Oh, I think I can help with that. Do that face more, Faust. Stupid Faust. Yup, I found where bamboo-headed Kim is right now.
돌아오고 있어요.
돌아오고 있어요.
뒤틀림에서 다시 사람의 형상으로. 살수의 방식으로는 절대 도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠. 이젠 좀 알 것 같네요. S사로 떠나기 전까지 제가 현장 추리팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
야삐. 오케이. Money. Perhaps I should wait until I get 200 of them so I can do temple. Film. Okay, finally I can use whatever I want. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
자유로워질 수 없어.
대상 확인.
이 떨림. 파시아도 기대되시나요? 왔군.
전시 준비는 완.
있다.
부름이라.
오케이.
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은
이것으로. Meanwhile, Heathcliff's team. Ow! Bloody hell, what's up with his gets? They're showing up out of nowhere. Yeah, that's an enemy, alright. Cusp. Alright.
저것들 상당히 즐거워 보이는데요.
Let's go.
걸 먹었을지도 몰라요.
Kill everyone. Goodbye, Ishmael.
시계 돌리셔야겠어요, 관리자님.
Kill.
들리세요? 한 쌍의 상황볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요. 놀라운 명령이네요. 적을 완벽히 파악하고 있으신 거군요.
Goodbye.
아쉽네요. 좀 더 멋진 상을 남은 작품이 되길 바랬는데
이런. 아무튼 놀라운 한방이네요.
예술적이네요.
Kill.
당신이었군요. 저를 묻어주기가.
일격에 저렇게나?
오, 와, 아,
시계 돌리셔야겠어요, 관리자님.
what? They are the one taking photos.
시계 돌리셔야겠어요, 관리자님.
Alright. God fucking damn Yoshi. Dude. Yob, look, just turned out of nowhere, flapping his guns, then did a runner before anyone could grab him. Isla let out a long, listless sigh, as though she was getting sick and tired of even complaining about Kim. gut feeling. Look, I only saw bloke for a bit, so I can't say I've got him all figured out. He's an annoying bastard, but he didn't strike me as some clueless sort of who doesn't know where he's stepping. Heathcliff, British, scratched at his chin, then kept talking as though he were stating an obvious fact. Today is proof enough. He's not one of us, so Clockhead couldn't have reached him from that far and sent him to back us up. There's no way he just happened to run into us just when we were about to get into battle, innit? Well, could be bloke's got some stupidly sharp head on him and pieced things together. Could be that. But I've got these moments when I get flushed of that gut feeling, however you want to call it. My boss man Matthew said he could hear that kind of shite too. Said I can't hear them gears turning. I think I hear rats scurrying about. He'd do things you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen. Huh? He'd do things you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen, there was this one time when we were expecting a life and death fight. Matthew says he can hear them gears turning, walks into random pub, starts throwing back drinks like he'd lost his bloody mind. Ugh. Oh. Don Quixote began hesitated, then stopped herself from saying more. She only gave a quiet nod. As the others quieted down, I finally had room to notice the place we found ourselves in. There wasn't a single ray of light, just a deep red hue pressing in from every side. Processing room. Hey, stop. No. I heard Muso's clipped warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. Ah, there he is, that corner. Is he washing something? So he'd been doing his own thing. That explains why he was quite all alone. Hmm. What's that for anyway? I see. Musol chimed in, holding up an odd cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now and then with a measured rhythm. Whatever he was doing seemed to be part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident in Anacorp. And these docugraphers you mentioned are the people interested with that job. Isla replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. Musol came to my side quietly, still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. What is it? Aren't we already doing that? Battle. How? Holy shit. Wait, can you slow down? I hear footsteps rushing up the staircase, approaching closer and closer. I have a feeling I know what Mussel is getting at, but I ask anyway. Meaning? Mussel, you... Crush! You should have warned us way earlier! Oh, Mussel. Gotcha time. That's not ego. That might be Ishmael. Yes, Ishmael. God fucking damn it. I mean, yes, thank you so much, but God fucking damn it. A thousand though. You know what? Let's do one more. You know, this might be, ego. Okay, fuck. Man. One, two, any other lineage? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh no. That Ishmael seems quite attractive to me. Okay, I wanna end the stream for now, for today, here, cause I can hardly keep my eyes open. And I think you noticed that I was nearly falling asleep while reading the story. So I'ma go sleep. Tomorrow is a car school as well. Yep. Until next time then. Thank you for coming to my stream.